Ooh. Hey guys, so the last time we were talking, my camera overheated, so I wasn't able to continue talking, and I know I was talking about the surgery. So right now you guys must be wondering where I'm at and what I'm doing, why I look so bundled up, but so much has happened that I don't even know where to begin, honestly. And I'm taking advantage of this light post over here to give me some type of lighting. If you're wondering what this little thing is, it's a big pimple that I had that popped. I know, gross. But to kind of, you know, somehow jump into what's been going on, I'm gonna keep looking at my screen up here because I want to make sure that the lighting is okay and I'm not blurry. I'm gonna touch base on the surgery, but I want to first tell you what I'm doing right now. So I'm at the Sears Auto Center and I'm waiting for Budget to open up. They open at 8 and it's 6:34 in the morning. I am returning a rental, so we rented a car for me to be able to go to work this week. You know, lately the commute for us has been kind of difficult because Angel works like an hour and a half away from where we live, so he has to take the car, and technically my job is like 35 to like 45 minutes away. His job is much farther than mine. No choice but to try to find a solution as to what to do with the commute. So the reason why I'm here so early is because we're supposed to return the car at 8 o'clock in the morning, but for the past couple of days we've been dealing with some really bad news. So my father-in-law, who is Angel's father, who lives in Arizona, has been having issues with his gallbladder. However, he was admitted into the hospital for gallstones, and it went from that to the gallstone going to his pancreas, and now his pancreas is literally shutting down all his organs. He's currently in the ICU. His oxygen level is not the best because of all the things that's happening with his organs. His pancreas is all messed up. He has fluid in his lungs. His kidneys are like shutting down. You know, his gallbladder obviously is, you know, a big problem. And so it's just affecting everything. And we're talking about a man who goes to the gym 2 to 3 times a day, who eats so healthy. Everything that he eats is organic. No sugars, no, like, you know, barely any salt on food. Like, you know, he's so healthy, and it's not something that we would expect, especially from him. One scenario to like a completely different scenario, and so it escalated to the point where, you know, his and he got while he was in the hospital, while he's been in the hospital, he also got an infection at the hospital called sepsis, I believe. And so that infection is not helping anything at all, and they're not able to, you know, do any type of surgery on him because of his oxygen levels and because of everything else. He's not, you know, healthy enough to do a surgery. Like, it would be way too risky. His oxygen and everything, with them trying to, you know, medicate him and give him medicine to help everything and to kind of get his body under control, they're not able to. So right now they're debating to either put him on life support or not to. So, you know, every time his oxygen levels improves, they're like, okay, we'll take life support off the table. And then once it gets bad, or like when it gets bad, it gets really bad, and they get to the point where they're like, we might have to put him on life support. So they're telling my husband's stepmom all of these things, and she's over there in Arizona. There's just them two, and you know, she's trying to communicate with, you know, Angel and his sister Melissa about what's going on. You know, it's so scary because this is like so sudden, and it's just like going like a whole route that nobody expected. Yesterday Angel had to leave. He had to leave early from work because he got a call that, you know, he's not doing good. He was doing better for like a day, and then he just, like I said, it all just went left. Angel and Melissa, I took them to the airport this morning. I dropped them off around like 5:20, I believe, ish, and they took a flight out to Arizona to go see him and be there and see what's going on. So because I had to return the rental today and I have our car, we only have one car, so you know, I had to bring the rental and then get in the car with them and then take them to the airport and then come back here. And so instead of going home and dealing with the traffic to get here on time to return the car, you know, I decided to just sit here and wait until they open. So I definitely wanted to let you guys know what's going on. Like, it's been so crazy. This is kind of scary. To be honest with you, I don't think it really has hit the fact that this man is so sick, because he's such a healthy person. And it's just, you know, it's scary, and they're both scared because, you know, it's their father, and, you know, he only has 2 kids. He has them too, other than 2 stepsons, but, you know, his kids are his kids, and you know, we're all really scared. And to make matters worse, my surgery is on Monday, and so, you know, we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do, because Angel's supposed to go with me. He took the day off to be able to be there for me on Monday. You know, it's really stressful right now for the both of us, because I worry for him and I worry for his father. I worry for him being so stressed out and thinking like, you know, my father is in the hospital fighting for his life, literally. That's literally how they're putting it. And my wife is gonna get surgery for this whole fertility process that we're going through, and what am I supposed to do? Like, you know, he's still trying to come back one day, but I have a feeling he won't be able to. This isn't something that is just gonna get better in a matter of 2 days. What his father's going through is something, you know, deadly. If he wasn't such a healthy man the way he is, and such a strong man, that anybody else would have it just would have been over. So thankfully, you know, he's taking care of himself. Unfortunately, they do say that he's gonna be in the hospital for a couple of weeks. We're not sure when they'll take him out of ICU or how long it'll take before he's out of ICU, but he is gonna be in the hospital for a while. And they say that when he does recover, that unfortunately, because of all the damage that's been done to the organs, that he will be diabetic and will have to use insulin. Sorry, cars passing by, rude. Yeah, that's what's happening right now. It's so crazy. It's literally out of this world crazy. I went to my pre-op appointment yesterday. So he said that what I didn't know, he gave me a little bit of news, but what I didn't know is that both of my fallopian tubes are in bad shape, I'm gonna say. apparently when the HSG test, which is the dye test, was being done, both sides were having trouble with the dye going through. But my right side is worse than the other side. So he believes that the times that I have conceived is because my left fallopian tube has done the job so that I'd be able to conceive. However, when I do conceive, my right side's, you know, making sure that it doesn't last long. So he's saying that he's gonna go in there and his, you know, I tried to record on my phone what he was saying, and it was recording, and I don't know what happened, and the recording just stopped. I wasn't able to, you know, record and what he was saying, but he was saying that, you know, he's trying to go in there and not having to remove anything. That's the ideal plan. He says that, number one, he wants to remember the fact that I have been able to conceive before, and, you know, within a year's time, and I have been able to conceive on my own, and that's no doubt because of my left fallopian tube. However, I'm still having this issue where my pregnancies are terminating for whatever reason. So he's saying, you know, these things, when this is happening and you have that problem with your right fallopian tube, like you do, it's turns out to be the reason why your pregnancies are being terminated on its own and with no explanation. You know, he said all my testing that he did came back normal. Everything came back fine. The only thing that's pointing to an issue is this whole thing with my fallopian tube. So, you know, it's something that he definitely has to do. So he's saying that he's gonna go in there, and his main objective is not to remove my fallopian tube, but better yet to reconstruct it. He said, I'm gonna try to reconstruct the whole thing, clean everything I can clean, fix everything I can fix. He said usually, more than not, when he goes in there in these circumstances like mine, he'll find endometriosis, and if he does, he will remove that also, and that will also be another contributing factor as to why these things keep happening and I keep having recurring miscarriages. He said, however, he still has to remember that he's trying to get me pregnant, and that the goal here is for me to be able to get pregnant and for me to, you know, keep the next pregnancy and be able to have a baby. So he's saying, and especially if we're looking at doing IVF in the near future, it's something that I need to think about when I have you there already asleep. Once we're over this step, then I can let you guys know when we're gonna be trying again, which I cannot wait to start trying. And I'm so grateful that I'm able to get this surgery, and it's all because of you guys. It's all because of your help. Like, if you shared my story, thank you so much. If you donated, thank you so much. It doesn't matter what you donated. It doesn't matter when you shared my story, as long as you did. And that to me means a whole lot. So I just wanted to thank you guys so much for all your help and support. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. God bless every one of you. I'm so grateful to you guys. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because sometimes what I'm gonna start doing is, if I don't vlog, I'm gonna start updating on my story what's going on. I'm gonna start, like, you know, putting up stories on Instagram while I'm at the doctor's office, because it makes it a lot easier than just pulling out this camera, which is like so noticeable. I'll be able to sneak in a couple more things, so that way you guys are there front and center. So please, please, please don't forget to subscribe and to follow me on Instagrams. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.